Hello everyone, today is April the 1st, 2014, and this is Pirate Video. I briefly want to state a matter of what's going on in the Ukraine, of what we see and what we don't see, what we hear and what we don't hear. Right now we have two prominently dominant players here, Russia and the US. We have Russia stating that it's controlling and want to save its Russian peoples on the eastern side of Ukraine, annexing the Crimean area from the Ukraine. And we have the US funneling money, billions of dollars, into the Ukrainian government, as well as the EU, sending in fighter planes and jets and other sorts of military equipment. So Ukrainian people do not get a dime from this billions of dollars that is sent from the US and Ukraine and EU. Ukrainian people do not get a dime from this. It is all going into the government of the Ukraine, certain party officials of the Ukrainian government. Now, what we don't see and hear about is a third party involved. What we don't see is an international Jewish banker's hands. Now, the Zionist world order here is that we're watching Russia and America dominate the scene. This is in the mainstream media. What is not being told in mainstream media is that Arsenik Yatsenyuk, a parliamentary speaker in the back time, and a person who had ran and dominated and run and controlled the National Bank of Ukraine. Here, a international Jewish Zionist world banker, Arsenik Yatsenyuk, who is now the Ukrainian Prime Minister. How about that? How convenient for the Jewish world order. Put in one of their own into the Ukrainian government hands. Isn't that convenient? We are told that Russia is putting their forces on the side, the eastern front of Ukraine, annexing the Crimea. We are told that the EU sending in fighter jets. We are told that America is sending in billions of dollars and so forth. We are told that Ukrainians do not approve of the Russian movement. We are told that certain Ukrainians oppose the American side or EU side. Yet, we are not told or heard of anything about the international Jewish conspiracy that's going on in Ukraine. As I stated before, Arsenik Yatsenyuk, born in Chemivtsi, I should say Chemivtsi, Ukraine, in 1974, controlled and ran the National Bank of Ukraine. A Zionist Jewish banker running the National Bank of Ukraine prior to all this, mind you. For years, he was been running the National Bank of Ukraine. Now, as soon as Viktor Yanukovych had left the scene due to our involvement of the disruption in the Ukraine, Arsenik Yatsenyuk has come onto the scene as the Prime Minister of Ukraine. Mind you, was not elected by the people, but self-appointed Prime Minister of Ukraine. How about that, people? We're rattling our sabers against Russia and America. We hear about this on the mainstream media constantly. Russian or Putin doing this, Putin doing that, Russian officials doing this or the other. We hear about Obama being silent or going forward or not with these matters. John McCain John Kerry was so quick. John Kerry was so quick to run to Ukraine as soon as Yatsenyuk came into office. John Kerry was the first to acknowledge Yatsenyuk as the Prime Minister of Ukraine. Not the people of Ukraine, mind you. He was not elected by the people of Ukraine. He was self-appointed by officials in Israel, U.S., and yes, John Kerry was rushed there, ran as fast as he can, and shook hands with Mr. Yatsenyuk. Thank you for finally coming onto the scene. So, the globalists now, I should say, the international Jewish Zionist bankers has one of their own into the Ukrainian seat. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked today's show.